Hey everybody, JawsJr here for another rock counting adventure. This time we're in the shop again in yet another very wet and rainy day outside. We are looking at the rocks that I plan on gluing to these boards, and I am going to show you my method. There are many other methods, and I am not saying that any one of those other methods are good or bad. This is just what I do. So, as you can tell, we have all obsidian except for right here, the Missouri lace agate. We're going to start off here, and what I've done here is I've pre-oriented these rocks on how I want them to be in the saw. Basically, the saw is going to come in from this direction, and I want to give it a nice flat surface to go up against. And so that's how I oriented them all. It does not come straight in because this sits above the arbor. So the curve of the saw is going to be like this. So that's why I'm having all these set a little bit at an angle as compared to the block of wood. So what am I going to use to secure them? Sodium silicate solution, also known as water glass. And the reason why I'm using this is it's easy to apply, easy cleanup, and within 48 hours of these being soaked in a bucket of water, the remaining slab will just fall off the rock. And it works pretty well. You have a little bit of cleanup on the stone to do, but that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and let's get this opened up. And we're just going to start off with one right here. I'm using a paintbrush to apply it. Very simple. So I've got my orientation there correct. Let's move this over here closer. So you can see what's going on. Now this could take quite a bit. And that's fine. It does not matter to me. Just whatever it takes to get it on there. Now some people might go ahead and put this directly on the stone, and I like to do that too, but I am operating one-handed because I'm holding all of you. And let me tell you, it gets exhausting holding so many people. Jeez, the amount of work I have to go through for you guys. Hope you appreciate this. So we get some more on here. I do like to have a nice coat on there. And then I'll set that over here. Here's my piece. And let it set. Then we'll see here in 48 hours how well these held up. So I'm going to get the rest of these painted on here. Let's go ahead and do this one while we're at it, because that's a fairly important piece. So I'll do that with you guys here. And to clean this stuff up off the brush, I'm just going to set it in water, let it soak for a day or two, and probably clean it up with hot soapy water. So set that down. Now that can just sit there and dry. So I'm going to get the rest of these done, and we will be right back. It is about 3 days later. I have not had an opportunity to get out here to do much, which is unlike me. I need to get more time out here in the shop. But absolutely no issues. This is perfectly stuck on there. So the next move will be to get these on the saw and get them cutting. And then we can start looking at the slabs, especially for this Missouri lace agate. I am just excited about that stuff. And then I've got to get Obsidian cut for next season. It will be my first year of working Obsidian where I am using my own material, or my material that I've cut. This came from a wide variety of sources. Idaho Rock Shop, estate sale, and self-collected. So, yeah, it is quite fun to be working this stuff on my own. So I'm going to get this stuff cleared out. I've got another project to work on. I want to do a little bit of maintenance on my saw, and then we're going to get cutting. Time to cut the Missouri lace agate. So, you see how much I'm cutting off the end. And then that should leave me enough for 5 slabs, possibly 4, but 4 to 5 slabs. Of course, attached with water glass. And I also like to put in another chunk of wood to keep the vise square. Just how I do things. I've discovered I do things differently than most anybody else does. But that's okay. Maybe somebody will learn something, or I'll be told that I'm doing it all wrong again, and I won't change. That's okay. I digress. So, we are ready to cut this. And I will show you. I'm going to keep this a short video because the last few have been kind of on the long side. So, I will show you when they are all cut, and then we will put a chunk of obsidian up here. I know I said I was going to wait till I was done to show you, but I could not resist. So, let me change hands here. Push that down, and you see that one. Oh yeah. And oh, by the way, excuse me, I went to go look for the slabs that came off this other side over here, and my ghost in the world headquarters of JawsJr Entertainment must have done something with them, because I cannot find them for the life of me. They will turn up whenever that ghost allows me to find them again. So, things happen. Okay, so let me go ahead and crank this over. So we're going to go, I got to loosen up this up here. And then we're going to crank this over 8 times. 7, 8. Okay, go ahead and get this set, ready to go. Drop the lid and turn it on. Okay, I think we're done with this Missouri lace agate. Yeah, I think we're pretty well done with that, since there's about a millimeter piece left on there. Now these are more, now this one is more like the other ones that the ghost walked off with. Okay. So the next one that we're going to be tackling will be a chunk of obsidian. Now if you're wondering how to remove that, is I'm just going to stick it outside in a bucket of water, and in probably a day or two this will come off, and since it's so thin it'll probably come off in pieces, but that's okay. And if it doesn't, well, then I've got an ultra thin slab. Next is the obsidian. Now I'm all set up to cut a piece of the obsidian. I have figured out how I want the block lined up. Everything is looking good. And so now we're just going to get this moved over, set the shut-off chain, and start cutting. Okay, we are done. Yeah, you can see I got it fairly close to the block of wood. Let's see how close I got. Oh, that's not too bad. I could have got it another quarter of a turn closer. So, but now you know my method on cutting the rest of my material after you've been cutting on it for a while. It's simple. Use water glass, stick it to a block of wood, put it in the vise and start cutting. It's cheap and it's simple, really. Glue it on 48 hours, 24, 48 hours. Now I'll drop this again, like I said with the other piece, in water outside, and in a day or two this little slab will pop off. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Just remember, everyone's life is an adventure. Then there's mine, sitting here cutting more rocks on the 18-inch Highland Park slab saw. This is the Adventures of JawsJr. Have a good one, everybody. See ya!